Kentucky home, historic Memorial Coliseum on campus here at the University of Kentucky. And tonight it is hosting what promises to be a top-flight gymnastics matchup. The #1 team in the land and the defending national champion, the Georgia Gym Dogs, going head-to-head with 22nd ranked the University of Kentucky. The Gym Cats are off to a very strong season as well here in Lexington. Hello there once again, everybody. I am Darren Sutton. So glad that you will be with us over the next hour because it promises to be an incredible display of gymnastics from, quite frankly, the finest gymnastics conference in all of the land, the Southeastern Conference. And what makes it so strong? Well, if you look at the rankings in the top 25, you will find 5 SEC teams. In the top 5, 3 teams from the Southeastern Conference. And the SEC is also a conference that produces champions. Looking back over the last 12 years, 7 national champions have come from the SEC. And joining us, as always, helping to provide insight, Lori Strong-Ballard. Her credentials are very strong, as we mentioned them. She is an Olympian. She also is a 2-time NCAA champion. Lori, first of all, this matchup tonight, it would on paper maybe look like a mismatch, but it is not. #1 against #22, and Kentucky wants to accomplish some very special things tonight.
Absolutely. These two teams have had tremendous seasons so far. Kentucky is coming off of a season-high performance last week. They're healthy, and they're really looking to jump up in the standings here tonight. They're not intimidated. This is the second time in a week that they've faced the #1 team in the nation. We'll really see how they stack up against the challenge of meeting an SEC powerhouse, the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia is having a phenomenal season as well. They are the only SEC team that has gone undefeated. They scored a season high last week at 197.8. And Suzanne's Gym Dogs aren't letting up yet. They hold that #1 position by a slim lead. But with a big score here tonight, they'll really solidify that #1 ranking in the country.
Well, and you can bet, too, Lori, the team in the 2 spot, bitter rivals, the University of Alabama, watching this one very, very closely. Well, 2 teams that are both very talented. Not very much the same records, though, when you look at the one-loss record, but very, very similar goals tonight.
Well, it's so close to the end of the season, actually so close to the end of the regular season, so close to the beginning of the postseason, which is what the entire year is all about, that we feel like we really need to go for it all. You know, we want to score 198, and we know that the score is something we can't control, but we also know that if we hit 24 routines, that score is within our reach.
The first thing we've set out is to score a school record. You know, our highest team score ever here has been a 195.9. And we've been kind of on that pace, so the kids, that's their goal, is to set a school record tonight.
Well, and Lori, if Kentucky fans are excited for the future, they're most excited because the future is now. When you look at the all-around on this team, 3 of the top 4 in all-around are freshmen. Katie Toops, Jennifer Simmons, and Jessie Lemp are all dominating, and the SEC, quite frankly, had better beware over the next 3 years.
Kentucky is very excited about this freshman class. It seems that each freshman keeps taking their turn in winning the all-around. Most recently, Katie Toops has been posting very high scores in the all-around. But I think the go-to girl on this Kentucky team is Christy Hefferlin. She's currently ranked 15th nationally in the all-around and is really a strong leader for this freshman class.
And Lori, when we talk about the Gym Dogs, one word comes to mind, and that word is domination. Going back to the start of last season, this team is 44-0, and in many ways they compare to the championship runs recently of the Chicago Bulls because of the big-time players. Kim Arnold, she was a big-time player, the gymnast of the year in all of college gymnastics in 97 and 98, and then this year, Karen Litchie has to have the inside track to the Hondo Award. But the Bulls, much like the Gym Dogs, did not rack up all of those titles without Scottie Pippen, a role player, a guy who, quite frankly, is just as talented. And I know you and I talked about it, the Gym Dogs are very much the same way.
I think a Scottie Pippen on this Georgia Gym Dog team is Jenny Bessert. She is an incredible athlete. She is a national champion on bars and beam, but she seems to go about it quietly and consistently. She's really stepped it up on the floor exercise. She's planning on increasing her difficulty there tonight. Another Georgia Gym Dog who's stepping out of the shadow of her sister is Christy Litchie. She is really maturing into an incredible all-around athlete. I think we can look to her to be one of the future stars on this Georgia team. But Darren, there's a lot of stars on this team, and it's that kind of depth that may win them another national championship title.
All right, thanks for setting this scene for us. It should be a classic. The #1 team in the nation, the Georgia Gym Dogs, against the 22nd ranked Kentucky Gym Cats. When we come back to Lexington, we will hit the floor for all of the action. just about set for action here at Memorial Coliseum in Lexington, Kentucky. They call it the house that Rupp built, and quite appropriately tonight, Adolph Rupp would have been very proud of the athleticism going on here, Lori, as we watch these two teams go head-to-head. And let's look at the University of Kentucky on vault. And you look at the freshmen in that lineup. Katie Toops, Jessie Lemp, Jennifer Simmons, all will contribute big time to this program, not only now, but in the future.
We have great expectations for our freshman class. That really is what we're going to build on over the next few years. They've all done great. They've done more, really, than we even expected them to do. So, you know, they're kind of bouncing around the all-around between the three freshmen and then Chrissy. So it's really kind of exciting to see them all fight for that all-around position. So that's really the nucleus and the foundation of our team right now.
What do you say we get a look at one of those spectacular freshmen right out of the gates, Katie Toops out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Katie's going to perform a 9-9 vault. The Hanson front tuck with a half twist. Good solid landing, just the chest was down a slight bit on the landing.
One judge gives her a 9.7, one a 9.65. There you see the 9.675 for the freshman, Lori.
We'll also see a little bit of a leg separation, something we couldn't see from the previous angle. A little bit right there. She threw her head out as she twisted, and her legs came apart.
As we get set again, we tell you her career high in just 1 year of action, of course, is 9.775, and she is ready to go again.
Going to try the same vault again. And a better job. Very nice. A slight step on the landing, but an improvement on the first vault.
One of the judges make their decision at 9.725, ranked 69th in the nation in vault.
We get a look at that front angle once again. Good height off the horse. She kept her legs together a little better, but a side step.
Meanwhile, over on the uneven bars, that is the super sophomore out of Cincinnati, Ohio, Christy Litchie. She is part of an outstanding rotation of athletes on the uneven bars. When you talk about the University of Georgia and their rankings on the bars, they are the number 3 team in all of the nation, and here is Christy.
Giant full. She almost finishes before handstand, nice and clean, right into a ginger. If you had to pick a weak event for Christy, it would be the bars, and it's not for a lack of physical ability. She just hasn't had the confidence and the competition experience in college. She suffered a lot her freshman year from elbow injuries, and now she's back in this lineup and going strong. Beautiful double layout.
The judges confer, and a 9.95. Lori, that is a career high for the super sophomore.
What a way to start this team off here tonight. Take a look at that giant pull right into handstand, immediately into the ginger, legs glued together.
Now, over on vault, this is another freshman out of Pasadena, Texas, Jennifer Simmons.
Jennifer's going to be beating the Yurchenko in a layout position. Big hop on the landing. Certainly that 8-inch safety mat they have in there didn't help with the landing. She seemed to spring right off the mat.
A 9.65, far below her career high this year of a 9.825.
This vault was only scored out of a 9.8, but it's sort of setting her up for her second vault where she'll increase the difficulty. Nice laid out position, just that big hop on the landing.
The freshman from the heart of Texas is ready to go.
Here comes a 10-0 vault. Yurchenko, half front layout. They put a new mat in and a better landing.
Break out of this replay. And the number is 9.825. That matches Jennifer Simmons' career high. We talked about the super freshman, Lori.
She certainly did a great job here on a very difficult blind vault.
When we come back to the bars, then Karen Litchie. Don't go anywhere. In Lexington, Georgia, Kentucky Gymnastics. This is Georgia gym dog Karen Litchie. She has 19 career 10s as she heads to the uneven bars.
Karen has struggled slightly in the last couple meets. She's really trying to get back into the zone here, the competitive zone. I think she's doing a great job on a really good event so far. Rise right to handstand. It's been so clean. Strong swing into a double layout. Nails it. What a comeback. She really needed a good performance on this first event.
Incredible on the bars out of the gates. Look what the judges said. A perfect 10. You can add another one to an incredible resume for someone who is chasing yet another Honda Award for this program.
Can you believe it? This was Karen's 20th career 10. Take another look at her dismount. Beautiful double layout. What a smile.
This is Chrissy Heffernan, a junior out of Ohio, over on the vault.
She's got a 10-0 vault plan. The handspring front with the pike and a twist. Nice job. Chest down on the landing and a tiny hop. Is very clean in the air.
Well, she's been solid this year, 9.825. She's ranked nationally in the vault, 37th in the nation out of several hundred athletes.
She's even improved on this event. At the beginning of the year, she competed a handspring front pike and then a half on the second vault. Now she's competing both vaults at a 10-0 start. Allows her to compete the first one and then make the improvements on the second one. Here she does that here. All right. Better job. Let's see what the judges think.
9.85 for Chrissy Heffernan. So out of the gates, we have quite a battle between Kentucky and Georgia numbers-wise.
This is a strong event for Kentucky, as we can see here. Nice height. Just again, the chest low on the landing.
There are the numbers of 49.1. That is the 6th highest total in school history for this program. Now getting set on the uneven bars is Jenny Bethard. We told you in the open the Scottie Pippen of this team, but she doesn't mind standing in the shadows.
Well, I don't really care about what the media thinks, what the fans think. You know, I do care, but I really want to prove to my teammates that, you know, I deserve to be out there, and I want to give them confidence in me that, you know, I can pull through for the team and, you know, not choke in high-pressure situations, and I want them to want me out there. And if they can have confidence in me, I know I can do it.
1997 NCAA champion on the uneven bars out of Florida, Jenny Bethard.
Talk about a healthy attitude. It really helps propel this team to the national championship level. Beautiful bar work here. We'll see some good combination. Line change to her Healy, up, half turn, into her immediate reverse hack. This is certainly her specialty, and we can see why. Her swing is so smooth and fluid. Get ready for the dismount. Sky high, full in, back out. Slight step on the landing. She has to be pleased with that.
Not a lot, though, that cost her, Lori. 9.95 for Jenny Bethard. She does have 2 career 10s in this event.
Take a look at that combination work. There's a Healy, a full turn on one arm, swinging back around the bar to a pirouette, and the reverse hex. Sky high.
Well, we told you about the numbers for Kentucky, some big-time numbers for Georgia. That 49.7 is the best in the nation thus far. So Georgia and Kentucky getting set. The battle rages on here in Lexington. When we come back, we will have more gymnastics. Number 22, Kentucky, going head-to-head with number 1, Georgia, here at Memorial Coliseum. Welcome back to SEC Gymnastics. Lori Strong, I am Darren Sutton. We are together bringing you all of the action as we get set for the University of Georgia, trying to put some more points on the board, and they are trying to do so in vaults. And they can put points on the board because they are ranked number 1 in all of the land in this category. Sam Muehlman, out of Ohio, a senior, will go first.
Sam struggled a little bit in warm-up. Actually, she just finished doing her last warm-up vault. She had to get herself together for this first vault. Handspring front pike. Tiny hop. Very nice.
A very small hop, the judges say. 9.80, her career high in this event. 9.9.
Remember, this vault is only scored out of a 9.9, so that would be a perfect score. Beautiful height. She just needs to find that landing on the second vault. She's like a cat, this girl. Handspring front pike, and she finds it and nails it.
Well, Lori said, I'm sorry, it would be perfect. 9.9 is what the judges say. A perfect vault that matches her career high, Lori Strong.
This is a fabulous feat for Sam this year, as he's doing an incredible job. Handspring front pike and nails it.
Now, the University of Kentucky, who has managed to stay with Georgia to this point, will try and continue to do so on the uneven bars. There you see Christy Heffernan getting set. When you talk about the bars for this team, you talk about success. They're ranked 21st in the nation. Once again, the number's very solid, and Heffernan, the junior, is set to go.
Here we go. Blind change. Front giant half. Here comes the release. A Ginger. Very nice. Shoot over. She had hoped to do a new dismount here tonight. She's been training it. She actually needs it to start from a 10-0. We'll see if she does it. Double tuck. Oh! It almost looks like she held back doing that easier dismount. And it hindered her landing.
9.725. Her career high back in 98 was set at 9.8. So you talked about it, Lori. The landing cost her in the dismount.
Well, there's another look at that release move. The core of the routine was nice. She just struggled on the dismount.
That's Christy Litchie getting set over there on vault. She is roommates with her sister, and something she says pushes her every meet that she takes the floor.
Yeah, there's always been that competition, and when she goes up there and scores a 9.95, it just makes me want to go out there and, you know, perform just as good as she, if not better. I think she's going to do really good her junior and senior year, especially after I leave.
I like that. I like that.
Nothing like a little honesty.
Spoken a little fun.
Christy's a strong vaulter for this Georgia squad. Handspring front pike with a half. A little too much rotation. Now you have to remember, even making the lineup on this Georgia team, on this event, or any event, is a task in itself. Most of these girls have 10-0 start values, just like this vault we saw here. And on some teams, only the last one or two competitors have 10-0. Majority of the Georgia girls do.
She is ranked 3rd in the nation in this event.
You want to get after the landing here? And she does. Beautiful job. Assistant coach Doug McGavin has to be pleased with Christy's vaulting.
Well, obviously a 9.925 for the sophomore, and she continues to impress every opponent and, of course, her own head coach.
See the height she gets. She saw the landing that time and really got after it.
We've seen Katie Toops on the vault. When we come back, she will give it a try on the bars. Lexington, exactly what we promised. Katie Toops, one of the finer up-and-coming freshmen in the nation, is getting set on the uneven bars.
An uprise to handstand. All of these handstands want to be within 15 degrees of vertical. Into her combination Ginger. Nice shoot over. Back up to the high bar. A little struggle on that cast. Giant full. Into the double tuck. Okay, solid routine.
Solid indeed against the #1 team in the land. That is a career high in the young career for Katie Toops, a 9.85.
Just a slight arch in her back in her giant fold. Beautiful Ginger, keeping her legs glued together.
Karen Litchie is ready to go on the vault.
Karen's performing the same vault her sister did, the pike hat, and nails the first landing.
#1 in the nation, of course, on this event, and she backs it up, a 9.925. Very good numbers, but even for Karen Litchie, she can tell you she could do better.
I don't know. There's not a whole lot of deductions I can find in this vault. These judges must have a very keen eye. Slight little leg separation as she twisted.
She will try and improve on, as Lori mentioned, the almost unimprovable right here.
You never know with Karen. She never ceases to amaze me. Answer from pike with a half. I think she improved.
She did it. She did it, Lori.
Let's see
She
what the
might have been
judges
listening to us. Absolutely, a 9.975. One judge gave her a 10 on that one. Karen Litchie, amazing.
I don't know, Darren. I think she's back in that zone. A 10 on bars and a 9.975 on this vault.
There are the numbers after 2 rotations of 49.5. Just amazing on vault after being absolutely dominating on the uneven bars. On senior night here in Lexington, this is senior Misty Marinick.
There has to be a lot of emotion behind tonight's performances. Line change. Healy. Oh.
Oh, goodness, Lori.
You could see it coming from the skill that preceded it. She didn't square up her Healy, and I think it just threw off her timing into that Jaeger. It looked like she could have had it, though.
Now, this is the key. How do you compose yourself, pull yourself back together? I'm always amazed at gymnasts when they do this.
Darren, what looked like a huge crash to you was actually a safety fall that is taught to these girls at a very young age. Getting her composure back. Up to the high bar, giant swings into her dismount. Double tuck. Just opens early for the landing. Chest is low. She's a little disappointed with her final bar performance.
A 9.125. She will have another opportunity on the balance beam, a chance to really say goodbye to this outstanding crowd. But tell us about this.
There's the blind change. You saw the Healy. She just didn't square up the turns into the Jaeger. And there's that safety fall. She wants to land flat on her stomach on the crash mat.
Well, there, look at the numbers, the 9.125. It's always tough to keep pace with the gym dogs when something like that happens. But after 2 rotations, the numbers are 97.875 for Kentucky, 99.2 for Georgia. Welcome back to Lexington, Kentucky, the flag of the Gym Cats, a program that has produced 17 first-team All-Americans. That is 8th in the history of college gymnastics. Getting set for the balance beam, of course, Georgia is over on the floor exercise. There's a look at the lineup. The freshman in the middle will be the key. They have been the key all season long. This is Jessie Lemp out of Houston.
Jessie will open with a very difficult mount, a front tuck to an immediate wolf jump. She has already started off this routine with bonus.
Well, I know, Laura, you told me you are so impressed with her athleticism and her smooth lines. Oh, my goodness.
What a tough break. A fall like that, you almost don't see it coming. The jump, she threw her head back, lost sight of the beam. You're just 1 inch off on something like that, you can really see what happens.
So now the focus changes. Instead of watching her athleticism, Lori, we keep an eye on her composure and how she comes back from something like that. Obviously, when you're at the end of your freshman year, you're a little more like a sophomore, but still, it's tough.
It'll really show us what type of a competitor she is. Good side. She seems to be coming back pretty strong, Darren. As you were saying before, she has very clean lines, nice pointed toes and straight legs. She's pleasing to watch. She has a very difficult skill plant here on the beam. A full twisting swing down. There it is. Beautiful. That is so difficult. Just the dismount left. Beautiful. What a disappointment that fall was. The rest of their team was clean and very nice.
And you mentioned it, too. She came back very strong, though. A 9.325 is what the judges say, but that is a sign of a future champion to battle back from that.
Absolutely. Here's another look at the full twisting swing down. One of the best in the country I've seen. Tight legs, and legs were glued together.
Number 2 in the nation on the floor exercise. The Georgia Gym Dogs getting set, and we start things off with Jenny Beathard, the senior, somewhat of a rookie on this floor exercise, amazingly enough, this incredible athlete.
Jenny's a national beam champion, a national bar champion, and now she's taking on the challenge of improving this event.
Oh, goodness, Lori. And the rich just get richer, don't they?
Here comes the opening pass. Strong double pike, beautiful. Jenny has a new second pass planned, a 2.5 punch front. This is the pass that she injured herself on her freshman year. She hasn't done it since then. Beautiful. Oh, a little too much power. Stepped out of bounds.
Points-wise, what will that cost her?
That'll be about a 10th deduction for the out of bounds. Maybe half a 10th just on the out of control landing.
What amazes me the most is watching their teammates on the sideline. They know the routine down to a T, following right along, clapping to the beat. It has to be so encouraging to hear your teammates so loudly on the sideline.
Oh, it really helps the athlete. And like Jenny said earlier in the program, it's important to her to feel her teammates beside her and that they have the support and the confidence in her.
You just heard him right there.
Here comes that last pass. So difficult. Front full punch front. There's one area that Jenny struggled in. It was the endurance on the floor and, of course, staying healthy so that she could continue to train it. What a job.
Jenny Beathard, a senior. The judges say 9.9. You can deduct the 1/10 that you were talking about, Lori, so a 9.8 for Jenny Beathard. Hard to believe she's a new kid on this block.
And she's well on her way to being one of the top floor workers on this team. There's a 2.5 punch front. Her feet were just under her a little too much, forcing the front tuck too far forward.
Yeah, so amazing what she's accomplished. 22nd in the nation on that event. Meanwhile, now over on the balance beam, another Kentucky freshman out of Pasadena. This is Jennifer Simmons.
And another big mount. Kentucky team is starting off these routines with very big, difficult mounts. The split, wolf jump, double stag, 3 jumps in combination. Here comes the all-important tumble series. Handspring, layup. She nails it. She's aggressive up there, Darren. Something that this Kentucky team really needs. They struggled on this event so far this year.
Well, the one thing we're seeing is these freshmen are really showing no fear, especially on an event that really strikes fear.
And it can only get better with more experience. The split, slight wobble. She wanted to connect that to this move right here, the gainer layout. Oh, smart move. She put a jump after the layout, so she still got her gym acro requirement. She's thinking up there, and that's important.
Well, the mental aspect of this sport and any sport, but especially right here, is so important.
Just the dismount left. Okay, a strong performance for this Kentucky team. They have to be pleased with that.
The judges say a 9.725 for Jennifer Simmons. Her career high coming in was 9.825. Very, very solid performance. When we come back, more action from Lexington. Back in Lexington, Georgia is ripping things up on the floor, and it can only get better. This is senior Sam Muehlman. She is number 3 in all of the land in floor exercise.
We talked about Jenny taking big steps on this event. Sam has 2 this year. She's always been a beautiful performer, but the tumbling is outstanding now. Double pike.
Well, every Georgia gym dog, Lauren, you talked about is growing in leaps and bounds. Sam Muehlman is competing in the all-around for just the 3rd time this year, and it is actually the 1st time in her career in the Southeastern Conference.
And what a great job she's doing. She actually won the all-around against Michigan just last week. Sam has added some difficulty this year. A new pass, round up whip, immediate 1.5 front tuck, 3 immediate saltos in a row.
Well, you talk about this team adding difficulty, and it's so amazing. Number 1 in the nation, number 2 on floor, number 1 in vault and beam, and number 3 on bars. But here they are, Lori, getting close to postseason, and they're making things more difficult, increasing their difficulty, and it's so amazing. This is why they're such a tradition.
Georgia has always been a program that challenges their athletes. They don't just recruit them at a high level, let them come in, water the routines down. They actually learn new skills, and they thrive on it. The beautiful last pass. She combines both tumbling skills and AZ. There's the Shushinova out of the front full. Well done.
The senior, Sam Muehlman, a 4-time All-American, and she puts up some spectacular numbers there, a 9.95. Amazing because it's just above her average this year of 9.914.
Sim's already having a near-perfect meet, a 9.9 on the vault, and now a 9.95 on the floor. There's that 3 salto pass, ending with the front tuck.
From a senior to a senior, Misty Marinick getting set for the balance beam for the Gymcats.
Misty has also a very difficult mount, the front pike. That is an E-level skill, one of the most difficult skills you can do in gymnastics.
Her last performance in Memorial.
This, of course, is Misty's final performance in her home gym, Memorial Coliseum. She ends her career on the balance beam.
Tough event to end a very emotional night on. She's doing a good job. There was an attempt at the sheep jump that we saw Jessie miss on earlier in the competition.
Well, this is a senior making a strong statement right now, Lori. This is a very solid performance.
I know there's a lot going through her mind right now. Back tuck, kick out. Gotta hang in there. Oh, struggling a little bit there.
On February 26th, Marinick notched a career high against Alabama on beam of 9.875.
Let's put this out. Front full. All right, a very solid performance. She has to be pleased finishing off her career with a 9.8 on the beam.
Yeah, 9.8, and that's especially key battling back from a tough fall on bars. She has made, as we mentioned, a strong statement. And it's so amazing coming back from knee surgery this offseason. There you see the 9.8 for Misty Marinick and a 48.15 on beam for the University of Kentucky. This is the senior, Karen Litchie, on floor. Now with 20 career 10s after a 10 earlier in the meet on bars.
Difficult opening pass, full in pike, nails it. A strong event for Karen. Karen has also changed her tumbling. She will be competing a new second pass here tonight. She struggled with the front double full against Michigan. She's going to try a double salto pass, a Rudy immediate back layout. Beautiful.
No struggle there, Lori. The NCAA floor champ last season is on a roll early.
I love that jump. It's so spectacular.
I love this music. The school spirit music. Well, and it gets the Gym Dog fans going as well. But there's a large contingency from Cincinnati, actually, here to see Karen perform. And, of course, her sister, Christy. That has to be exciting for them. Brought a busload up, didn't they?
Yeah, and also Sam Muleman was from Cincinnati Gymnastics. She's got a great meet going so far and a great floor team. This needs this last pass to cap this off. Front layout, front touch, solid. I think we've got the old Karen back.
Outstanding performance by the senior Karen Litchie. Let's see what the judges say. Oh, she is back, Lori, at 9.975, nearly her 21st career perfect 10.
In fact, one judge did give her a 10, and I give her a 10 on this first pass. Pull in, hike out, nail.
The Georgia Gym Dogs absolutely scorched the floor. The 49.65 is the highest score in the nation thus far this season, and it has given them a very comfortable lead as we head into the final rotation. After 3, Georgia with a commanding lead over Kentucky. Don't go anywhere. Back in Lexington, you are hearing head coach Suzanne Yocklin tell just a sophomore, Christy Litchie, how's that for motivation? She told her, you are the best beam worker in the country. If you look at the rankings, she is close. Amazingly, just a sophomore, as we said, ranks 5th in the nation. There you see her season best. She's making a run tonight at another all-around title. She knocked off her sister earlier in the year back at UCLA, and she's trying to do it again tonight, Lori.
And Darren, she definitely has one of the most difficult beam routines in the country. Starting off here with a cantering layout, and she nails it. Another D jump. Christy not only has 1 tumble series, but 2. The jumps in combination there. Prepare for the 2nd tumble series coming up right here. And a sky-high layout. Oh, a bobble, but she hangs on there.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That defied gravity, Lori.
Imagine she's on a 4-inch wide beam, struggling on 1 foot. Macro, back tuck to a straddle quarter. Right there in her beam routine, she always winks at the judge. Adds a little character to the beam routine. They just dismount here. Strong dismount, round off, double back. She nails it. What a great job.
And the wink may have bought her a point here or there. A 9.875. One judge a 9.85. Another a 9.9. We're not sure which way the wink went, though.
There's a look at that first tumble series we saw. Beautiful set of the arms. Strong landing.
Now we get set for floor exercise. And at the very top, Shantae Hall. She is a senior on senior night. Always a crowd favorite. Probably the favorite to wear the blue on the floor, and she is getting set her final performance.
Raising the roof here with this first tumbling pass. Whip, and a double back. Shantae's really enjoying this performance in front of the home crowd, her last performance at Memorial Coliseum.
Yeah, you can hear this crowd is totally behind her. From top to bottom, they call her Tay, and the calls for Tay have been crazy tonight.
She is such a team player. If she's not out there performing, she's on the sidelines, almost doing her teammates' routines along with them.
Well, it's obvious to see, too, Lori, by her strength, the athleticism that she brings to SEC Gymnastics.
Takes a true athlete to do the difficult tumbling that she has planned here.
Her career high in this event is 9.85.
Got a difficult last tumbling pass, a double back. And nails it. She's so happy.
Yeah, and so is this crowd.
That has to be one of the best routines I've seen Shantae do on this event.
Lexington says thank you, and Shantae says thank you. Folks, that 9.875 is a career high, and this crowd absolutely loves it, and rightly so, Lori.
Saying her goodbyes to her fans.
A curtain call for Shantae Hall.
One last look at her power. Whip back handspring, back handspring. Sky high, double tuck.
What a way to finish. The number 2 performer in the nation on beam, Karen Lecce, is underway.
She has one event left, putting together a huge all-around score. Big skill here. That is called the Miller. It's named after Shannon Miller, 1992 and 96 U.S. Olympians.
So it's not named after Coco and Kelly Miller, of course, the guards for Georgia women's basketball.
That would be interesting to see them do that. Strong tumble series there. Oh, a slight bobble. Concentration on her face. Oh,
goodness.
Dear. What a fluky fall, Darren.
Well, absolutely, Lori, because she's number 2 in the nation, as we mentioned on this event, and that wasn't at a point where she was really pushing herself, was it?
No, that was actually a fairly simple skill for Karen.
Well, there's the mental aspect we talked about. If you're off 1/10 inside of your head, it can hurt you.
Karen is such a perfectionist. She has 3 great events under her belt. She may be putting the pressure on herself here to get a high score.
Yeah, watch her come right back, though, folks.
Beautiful handstand. Another tough break in Karen's confidence. She can keep it together here for the dismount. She heard the warning bell. 10 seconds. She waters it down to a full. A smart move. What a disappointment, Darren.
Well, a fall for Karen Litchie anytime you're talking about the #1 all-around gymnast in the land is tough to see. A 9.325, but she did battle back strong, Lori.
Take another look at that fall here. Foot was just slightly off the beam. You can see her trying to grab on with that other foot as she was falling.
Darren Sutton along with Lori Strong-Ballard welcoming you back to Lexington, Kentucky. It is Kentucky and Georgia Gymnastics. This is one of those spectacular freshmen. Jessie Lemp has had a solid night, making a run. Had some good all-around numbers. She is on the floor.
Kentucky has started off strong on this event with Shantae's high score. Now Jessie needs to follow that leadership. Things moving for Kentucky.
9.7 is her season high, which would make it her career high for the freshman.
Front tuck, round off back handspring, double tuck, double salto pass. The requirement for these girls to have 3 different saltos in 2 tumbling passes. She also has a strong all-around going.
Yeah, well, we talked about these freshmen early in the show. Little did we know that Jessie Lemp would just step up and make quite a showing, and to top it off, in front of a televised audience as well. This has to be exciting.
And a double back. Strong tumbling so far. Very clean jump. You can tell she's a freshman. She's lacking a little bit of that expression that will come later on as she matures. And a double pull last pass. Clean tumbling. Very nice routine.
Wow. Jessie Lemp, just a freshman. 9.9. That obliterates her career high, folks. How's that for a final statement?
Here's that first pass again, the front tuck. Stepping out into a round off back handspring, double back.
This is Jenny Beathard, the senior, the 1998 NCAA beam champ.
And remember, she's performing after Karen fell, so it's really important for her to stay focused and pull this team back on track. Comes to tumble series, back handspring layout. Beautiful. Remember, she's the national beam champion. You can see her competitiveness there.
Well, it comes back, too. She's ranked 48th in the nation in this event, but that doesn't mean that you can't count her out anytime.
Absolutely not. She has the difficulty. She has the clean line, nice long legs that really make her attractive on this thing. Nice straddle jump. There's her required full turn. One jump left and her dismount. She's actually been training and competed against Michigan a new dismount, a 2.5. Tonight she's going to water down to get a solid performance. All she needs to do is nail this landing for a high score for Georgia. Double pull, and she nails it.
Clutch. We called her the Scottie Pippen because she's a points getter, and there she shows us why. A 9.9 on beam. That's after a 9.95 on bars and a 9.8 on floor.
Here's the dismount. Not a movement on the landing.
Big time clutch for Jenny Beathard. That is why she is the star that is out of the spotlight. We told you, the big time points getter. There you see after 4 rotations, a 197.075 for Georgia. This is Chrissy Heffernan on the floor.
The opening pass. Round off back handspring, 2.5 twist.
And if you wonder what it's all about here for Kentucky, Georgia has this thing in the bag. They made it real clear before the meet. They want to score a season high in points totals, and Chrissy Heffernan, with a strong performance, can make that possible, Lori.
Absolutely. They have had some incredibly high floor scores so far. As they finish it off for Kentucky. Christy has only 2 tumbling passes, but they're very difficult. Her second pass, Coach Leah Little always gets on to her to set her arm. Whip salto, immediate double back, and she does it. Shante in the background.
Did you see that? Senior Shante Hall.
What a night on floor for Kentucky.
Out of New Carlisle, Ohio, that is Chrissy Heffernan, and the numbers were solid. A 9.875, and for Kentucky, the numbers were solid on the floor as well.
So look at that tumbling pass, the whip, immediate double back. She got her arms up just enough to nail the landing.
The 49.25 for the Gymcast is the second highest total in school history. So a good night all around. Georgia improves to an impressive 10-0 this year as they knock off Kentucky, dropping them to 5-6. And Christy Litchie wins the all-around. For Lori Strong-Ballard, I am Darren Sutton. We will see you next time.